Hello, welcome to Operation Crypto and welcome to a new video where we're going to take a look at Zilliqa and do some price analysis and have a look at some key levels that we could get as an investment opportunity, or maybe even a bit of a take profit region, or even a little bit of a price prediction thrown in there. Firstly, we will start off with Bitcoin and we'll have a look at that, see what the market sentiment is showing us, and then we'll look at Zilliqa and the USDT and the BTC pairings. If you are new to this channel, then please make sure that you are subscribed, hit that like button, and let's crack on. Right, so starting off with Bitcoin, as you can see, once again, we have rejected off this EQ, this middle level. We've got a high range up here at 41k, low range at 28,800, EQ, which is essential range, bang on 35k. Actually lost it again. Every time we seem to pop up above 35k, we have a bit of suppression, and then we get these massive buying opportunities down here. Whales are accumulating below this range. We have not, if you look at a weekly time frame, had any closures well, this weekly candle's looking a bit shitty, but previous to that, we not had any closures below $34,700. So I think that this candle at some stage before the end of the week, before Sunday, will be back up here. This is whales manipulating the price to drop it, buy it all up, and then close. If you look at all these wicks here, they've all been heavily bought up, and I would pretty much suggest that this is the same scenario that's going to happen again on BTC. I cannot see us staying at this level. I think it will push back up, definitely above 34k by this Sunday coming. So all in all, BTC bearish on the lower time frames, but it is in that accumulation range and it keeps getting slammed down from 35k and every time. I do think that at some stage, once we do break above this 36k region, I think we will fly up and test that 41k level. But so far, you might be best looking for long somewhere down at these regions, maybe around 31, 32k, maybe even on this pretty much this extension here, 31,765 could be a decent area to long, so just keep your eyes on that. But this video is going to be talking about Zilliqa. I tried to do a weekly update on Zilliqa and it's about a week since I did do an update here. Looking at this is testing out this new indicator up here. This is bearish divergences, or should I say divergence indicator, that's the one. Couldn't get my words out. So as you can see, we get indicators when there's a potential bullish scenario or a bearish scenario. If you look at this divergence here, which pretty much is those two, we got a good divergence and we're risen up. If you look at this bearish diversion, there we've dropped down. So far it's working out quite well, and I think if you look at this on the high time frames, 4 hours or above, I think it really might be a good tool for you to go and test out. So go ahead and test it out, and I think you might be surprised how accurate that's been so far. So let's have a look at, though, some potential areas that we could invest. I'm going to take this as a bottom of a move and that as a top of a move there. So we'll have a look at some potential buy zones. So far we've used that 50% fib level quite nicely. We used it there on the 2nd of July, bounced back up, come back down, and we are pretty much sat in that area. If we lose this area now, there's a couple of areas which I would target as buy zones. This region here is 618, which is 7.5 cent. I mean, I would also ladder some more way down to 7 cents. So orders from 7 cent up to 7.5 cent, I think, could be a good, decent area for you to potentially target. In terms of take profit, then obviously if you're looking to accumulate, maybe sell some here at 9 cent. And then this is the next major area for me to break through at 9.8, 10 cent area. I think once we do eventually break through that, we'll come back up and test this mid-range. This is the EQ around here at 11.6 cent. Actually, it's not the EQ, that's just a little bit higher. That's the top and wicks. I think that is a major area to look at, but like I say, I'm doing updates on this weekly. So far, potential buy zones down here. First major target is that one there, 9.8, 9.7 cent to accumulate. If we're looking for a potential setup, if we just put these arrows on, so we've had this move up. We're now looking for 61% or a 78% retracement, and then go up and target this region here to take profit. Once that has happened, obviously you might get a drop back down again, and then really want to go up and start targeting the next level, which is up there. So two potential scenarios. Let's see if any of those play out. We'll leave them arrows on until the next video and see what comes about from that. But hopefully we get some orders filled down here and then get some accumulation here before we reject, and then put back up. I mean, rejection could even be back up towards the top of that move there, something like that. Go back up, retest that what was resistance to support, and then push up to the top. So that's some pretty much levels I would target for buy zones and sell zones, take profit regions. I mentioned in the video about price predictions. I'm not going to give any long-term price predictions, but I think July into August, I think mid-August, I think we can really start to test this region, 15.4 cent. So mark that in your books. I think that will be a nice area for us to target once we do start to pick up some momentum, because I still think that we are in accumulation range. Nothing to say there isn't across BTC. It is going sideways. Everything above 34, well, everything below 34k is getting snapped up. So all in all, things are looking good. Buy when things are low, buy when other people are fearful. Let's just have a look at a greed and fear index while we're here. This will give them a good idea of what people are thinking. 29, so we pushed up out of that extreme fear. Last week was an extreme fear, so we have pushed up. So all in all, that's looking okay. That's a bullish sign. And then let's have a look at the Zilliqa BTC pair. So I've got a few levels marked up here. Purple is weekly levels of support or resistance, and the blue levels are monthly. In my opinion, I still think over the course of the next couple of months, I think BTC is going to go on a bit of a run. 45, 50k maybe, running into August. If that happens, inevitably it will take out some value in the BTC pair of altcoins. So let's just have a look at this. I think there's a good potential that we could fill some juicy orders if BTC is going to run. So if you're looking at this, currently we've used this 50% fib level pretty much to a T as support. If the market, or should I say, if BTC goes on a run, I think you'll be able to fill some orders here, and maybe even this level before a rise back up. So let's monitor that. Let's see what goes on across the market. And if you're looking for buys, I would ladder some down all the way from pretty much 200 Satoshis or 216, around that level, all the way down to 190. And I don't like to say it's maybe even down to 174. Nothing against Zilliqa, because Zilliqa is one of my favourite holds. But if the opportunity arises, I think if you're trading in BTC and you're stacking sats, I really think that's a good area to potentially place some orders for Zilliqa BTC down at that region. But if we don't, if we bounce up and if we continue up here, if you're looking for some take profit regions, this area is a big area of liquidity around here. So if you're looking for take profits, I think that will be a tough region to get through. So maybe if this doesn't happen here, then we have a potential setup here. If we go up, reject off that, and then come back down towards this region. So there's a couple of scenarios there which whichever plays out, I still think you're going to be able to get some orders filled lower, because Bitcoin at some stage will go on a run and take it out of sats. If you're looking at a Bitcoin dominance, this is what pretty much is running the show. I'm looking for a setup like this. So I'm looking for BTC to bounce up and regain some momentum. I think it'll actually bounce to this level at 52%. Once that does bounce back up there, or if it does, like I say, it will take out the Satoshi pairs of altcoins. But then I am seeing a major drop towards the end of the year, and that's when altcoins go on an absolute monster run. I don't believe that we've had a monster bullish rise yet across altcoins. We've had some major pumps, some major rise, but I don't think we've seen a major blow off top like we have done in 17 and 13. So yeah, that's my take on Zilliqa and the entire market. That's going to do it for today's video. If you're not in my Telegram group, you should go and join it. We have a good cracking mates of Crypto Troops. You'll find that link in a pinned comment in the description. Also, if you're new to this channel, then please make sure that you are subscribed. Hit that like button, and I'll catch you next time.